Alright, in this video we're going to cover some things and some things that I've modified and made, and it's basically a wrist rocket. You buy one of these things up at Walmart for about $5, $6, $7, whatever, and it's a slingshot. Now you can see it's not standard. I've done a couple of modifications. I didn't come up with this myself. I learned this from various people on YouTube, mainly from Dave Canterbury, Wilderness Outfitters and Pathfinder School. Alright, so what I've got here is, first of all, I took off the yellow band and replaced it with a black band. Much stronger pull, much faster firing, and more power. I've got a key ring here fixed with 2 hair bands, and the hair bands are multi-purpose. If I run out, I can use these just in case, but I like to keep this the way it is. Now, I don't have anything set up in here. It's got a little hollow. I don't use that for anything. And what I've got here is a mount, and I'll show you what this mount is for in a few moments. But basically what this is a cover to a computer card that I just pulled the card off of it and used the metal cover, and you know, it's got spaces for plugs and whatnot. And the reason why I use this one is because it has this hole right here, and I use this for what they call the pocket fishing kit. I made a homemade basically a stave reel type of fishing kit out of PVC pipe, and all my fishing gear is on the inside of that pipe. And you can, I'll go get it here in a moment. I'll cover it on the next video, and I'll show you how it connects to this. But I made my own arrows here. These are just, I think these are just pine dowels, nothing major, something to start out with because they were cheap. I wanted to see if I could do it, and I've used practice points on them because they were cheap, and like I said, I wanted to see if I could do it. Now, I didn't taper off the ends here, which I should have, but I'm learning as I go. And I did glue them. I think these are glued with your standard hot glue. Now, I do have pine pitch. I can use it on that. On the back of it, I modified them by basically awling a hole in there, or drilling a hole in there with my Dremel, and then awling it out a little thicker and cutting off a wooden golf tee and shoving it in there and gluing it with hot glue. Now I can put this in my wrist rocket and fire it off the back. Now you can see it's a little difficult to use. You have to get it just right, or it's not going to be perfect. And this thing keeps on falling apart. So you have to go out, you have to have some space, you have to practice with it. It's not going to be quick draw. Okay. Now Dave makes a much better wrist rocket like this, but and it has a removable front on it with the mount and everything, but it's a little pricey for me, so I just made my own. Once you know, once I get back on my feet again, I'm gonna go get that one and add it to my collection. It folds up much smaller than this one does. Now I just made the fletchings out of duct tape, which you can do, and you can learn that off of Dave's channel how to do that. I also set one up for fishing, and I'm gonna cover this arrow in a few moments. I'm gonna go get the pocket fishing kit and show you how it all works. I'll be right back. Alright, this is Saul. I'm back with another video for Master of Resources, and this is basically the second part of the sling bow, is what they call it. Now here's the pocket fishing kit. It's basically PVC pipe covered on one end. I've got the bolt in there. I can take the bolt out and bolt it right there, right there, and shoot this arrow. I'm not going to bolt it right now because I don't have a wing nut on there yet, but you put this arrow on there, which I've got basically, this is a safety pin because it's spring steel. You want it to be strong enough to hold the fish on there when you go through it. And you put this in there, and it's got a swivel on here, or you don't have to have the swivel on this line. You can use a swivel right on here and just hook it straight to it. Basically, as this flies through, and this is going to be hooked on here, this flies through, this is going to come towards the back, go through here. Oh, it's getting caught up in the chair. Go through here, and then that's going to be in the back. The line is going to be connected to it, and that way it doesn't affect the flight. And that's what you need this piece here for, to make this thing work. Now, these didn't cost a whole lot to make. The dowels, I think were $2 or $3 or $4 for $1, something like that. They're not that expensive. And then these were like 25 tips for a few bucks. And of course, the safety pins weren't that expensive. This is just catfish line right here, and snap swivels, not too much, and duct tape. And a bag of these wooden golf tees were very cheap as well. I don't remember what the price was because I had them a long time ago. I'm going to open this up and show you what's inside this kit, and so you can see it. Now I've got I think this is 25-pound test sitting around here with the snap swivel, and I've got a rubber band on there so it doesn't fall apart. Wow, I think I put too much stuff in here. There we go. Alright, so, and I just got this hot glued with a piece of plastic that I got from somewhere. I just cut out. Alright, I've got a lot of stuff up in here. I've got a Ziploc baggie of safety pins. I'll put that all the way in the bottom because I won't be needing that for a while. Because I've got these safety pins right here, and I've also got a rod tip right here in case I want to make a rod out of a branch or something. I've got some hot glue sticks in here, and I've got some spear points, couple of golf tees. I can make these out in the wild. It takes a little bit of time to carve them. If I have them with me, it makes it a lot quicker to make an on-the-fly arrow. Got some hooks right here put onto a safety pin. Now, the little tiny hooks don't have barbs on them, but I generally like my hooks to have barbs, because if you're going fishing, those barbs will make a big difference on whether or not you reel in the fish. And the rest of these do have barbs, just the smaller ones don't. Alright, you need big ones and small ones, because sometimes the big fish ain't biting, sometimes the small ones ain't biting. But you can always use small fish to try and catch bigger fish. There we go. Now, got another target point right here, or a practice point. You can actually kill with these. They won't go in as deep, but you can definitely kill with those things. Now, I'll go over this in a moment. Right here's a little Ziploc full of split shot weights and snap swivels for more fishing. Here I've got some arrowheads that I made out of hacksaw blade. I cut these with these snips, and then I use a Dremel grinder to grind it down into points. Now, I used these points previously. These came off of a hacksaw blade. The rest of the points, those three more, I use for crossbow bolts for a hand crossbow that I repaired. And they're all right. They're not the strongest things in the world, but for the price, it's kind of hard to beat. And here is a hacksaw blade knife I made. It's just an emergency knife. I can put a handle on this thing if I want one. If not, I can always use the back of it as a saw. And those are the contents of my my pocket fishing kit. Now, with this pocket fishing kit, I don't have to put it on the wrist rocket or the sling blade. I can actually go fishing with it by itself, and I'll show you how to do that once I get this all loaded. I guess I don't have to load it all. Basically, you hold it in your hand, you put all your stuff on there. You can use lures, you can use a bait, whatever, and you just cast it out that way, and it goes out, and then you reel it in this way. The old days, they used to use sticks, and they called these stave reels, and they worked really well. Well, that's another episode of Master Resources. I hope this helped y'all in putting together basically a food acquisition kit that's cheap, easy to put together, and will be very effective for you. Thanks for joining me, and I'll be with you with another video.